Gary Booysen's with us. And Gary, we're seeing a lot of panic. How would you describe what is happening right now on the markets?
It's certainly been a difficult couple of days, a difficult, I suppose, month for investors. And largely this is because of the unwind in the technology stocks. So anyone that follows markets would have seen, absolutely spectacular runs from the likes of NVIDIA, anything to do with artificial intelligence becoming very, very extended. And what we're seeing at the moment is after a fairly weak labor market number on Friday, there's just panic setting in. And part of this is, I suppose, the fear that the US is going to go into recession, that the US Federal Reserve has held interest rates high for too long. It's the kind of tool that you use that influences markets 12 to 18 months in the future. And suddenly we're starting to get this weak economic data coming through, and everyone's panicking that there's going to be a lot more to come. So it's pretty much been carnage out there. We had the likes of Intel. It missed earnings on Friday. A couple of problems with its chips, down almost a third. We had NVIDIA selling off. NVIDIA was down around 7% at the moment. The Nasdaq opened down around 3%, although we are off our lows currently. The S&P 500 also down around 3%. But I think for investors that are looking at this and thinking, it should be absolute panic stations, I think you've also just got to remember that these markets are still very, very positive for the year. And even though we are seeing volatility increase dramatically, this is coming off a very high base at the moment. And many of these stocks, while they have suffered, let's say the Nasdaq down more than 10%, it's still up almost 20% for the year. So I think that the real fear from investors is that this is the start of something greater.
Well, if it's the start, is there a possibility that something way more significant that possibly even counts as a crash is coming?
Of course, a crash is always possible, and some of the traders that we spoke to, or that I speak to, kind of the older guys that were around for the 1987 Black Monday event,